know that the man in their sights has a price, and that price is whooping ass.
Suck my dick, bitch!
What's up, everyone? This is the Memorized Podcast.
It's not live, right?
What? No.
It's not live.
No.
That's good to know.
Because I get to edit it.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, last time.
Yeah. What made you fall in love with Florida? Like, what made you
I
move
definitely don't love Florida. I came here out of necessity. Like, no doubt necessity. It was drugs and, drugs. Drugs and drugs. But family being. You don't, like, I never understood people that could pick up and go somewhere. Like, I wanted to go to Colorado. I had nobody out there. You know what I mean? People just pick up and move somewhere. Oh, you're a native, right?
Yeah, I picked up and moved somewhere before a couple of times.
We need to get him a microphone. That's
Yeah,
fucking.
we do.
That's it's such a gnarly thing to do. Like, I had my uncle here. My aunt and uncle moved down in '81, so I've been coming here since I was born in '91. You know what I mean?
See you later, bro.
So you guys are chilling
Drew.
here.
Yeah, we're chilling
Head
here.
out to get run over. All right. Yeah, keys that.
See you, bro.
White.
White bubble?
No.
Where were we?
What made you fall in love with Florida? You were talking about how the
Oh, how
drugs and family.
I don't love it, but yeah, no, I was going off on a tangent, but basically, I had family here, and I was so fucked up in PA. I'm from Delaware County, Pennsylvania, Media specifically, Upper Providence. It's like half hour, 35 minutes southeast of the city. But yeah, dude, it was, I don't know where the hell else I would have went. It felt weird getting off all the shit I was on and then fucking so I'm so ADD right now. It felt weird getting out and seeing everything through a different set of lenses, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Different eyes and
A different atmosphere.
well, same atmosphere, different perspective. I guess it was almost shame, dude. Like, cause I was so bad looking when I went into rehab that I didn't realize I looked that bad. I mean, sometimes I would, but you know, when you're in there and you're clear headed, you're looking at yourself like, holy shit, that's what you look like right now. You kind of have blinders to it, or you don't look at yourself at all. Like, you avoid mirrors and shit because you know you look bad, but you don't. I want to hear Drew's bike. Hang on.
Yeah. I like that guy's bike.
That's a Yamaha MT-09. That is a sweet bike. It's like a naked upright sport bike.
What made you fall in love with bikes? Like, were you? Did you like bikes while you were in PA?
That started when I moved in third or fourth grade. I moved into this neighborhood, and to make a long story short, in the neighborhood, I didn't know anybody in there, but we only moved like 10 minutes away from the old house, and I met the neighborhood kids because my mom was a soccer coach, and me and one of the kids were on the same team, so we started talking in like third grade, became buddies, and I went to their house, and dude, every one of them had a quad or a dirt bike. Like, my buddy Damien, his dad was like, he was a cool dad in the sense of like he liked the same stuff that we liked.
Yeah.
Their thing was four wheelers. I liked BMX and skateboarding before I moved, but like just seeing the power and hearing like it's so loud, and like they were the coolest things in the world to be a kid and see people riding that. Like the dudes were only a year or two older than me too, but it was as soon as I heard he had a Raptor 660, which is like it's a four wheeler, it's a Yamaha, and he had a Yoshi pipe on it, and it was like wide. He did some work to it, but dude, first time I heard that thing run, I can like feel the feeling in my chest right now. It was instantly like, ooh, I like that. You know what I mean? A feeling of satisfaction almost came over me. But
Are you the only biker in your family?
yeah. I think so, anyway. That's a good question. Only mechanic, too. My dad was a roofer. Mom worked in, she was a sales rep for a tobacco company. Austin, my brother's in marketing. And it's crazy because right now I'm just putting it together. I went down the route of things I enjoy besides like drugs, because my other dudes, some of them like it, but like the kids in the neighborhood, my friends from the neighborhood, they didn't. They like cars, I like cars. They like bikes and quads and dirt bikes, I like bikes, quads, and dirt bikes. They like working on the stuff. I do it as a career now. My dad was a fucking roofer. He didn't teach me shit about cars. You know what I mean? He didn't really.
Yeah.
He taught me guns really well, but he had a back operation in like 01, 02, and it was a complete failure, catastrophic failure on a herniated disc, and he got on drugs. Like, I was probably 4th or 5th grade. Maybe, I don't know. The timeline's really messed up, but yeah, dude. Like my mom didn't teach me jack shit about cars. I know that. My brother doesn't care, but yeah, dude. I learned all that shit from my friends, mostly on my own. Same like the bike thing. Like, I get this hyper fixation on something that I start a passion over, and I just deep dive into it. I feel like a lot of people do that, but like bikes, I learned all the quads back when we were in 3rd, 4th grade. I learned every single quad that every major company had out on the market and their stats, because I liked knowing that stuff. But it's funny that right around that time is when the family started deteriorating.
Yeah.
And that's when my interests in other stuff like that started going up. But
did you learn most of your like mechanic stuff from Ryan Dunn?
dude, I never knew him. He owned the shop, but he was dead after I started working there. It was like he died. I was in 11th grade or 10th grade, and that was 5 years later that I was working there. But they still had his race cars. They had all his shit there, his tools. His welding helmet had a little chrome dick on the top of it and said Dunn's Greasy Melon Only. It was cool. The guy, Steve Snow, the co-owner, it was Ryan Dunn and Steve Snow. Both Dunn was the enthusiast, Snow was the genius behind it. He was the true knowledgeable mechanic. And I don't know what Dunn's extent of like his knowledge and like execution of that knowledge into race cars, but I worked with this other guy and he was a god at what he does.
How long did you work there for?
I think it was a year and a half. I was on drugs again. This was after I went to the first tour of rehab. This was before the second. And this was after I had worked in a BMW dealership. So I knew I had some experience about what I was getting into, but like I didn't learn the BMW the way I should have because I was fucked up at the time. I didn't take the school seriously. Like I didn't study. I tried to learn it my own way and it was not working. You know what I mean? And those cars like I used to say they're overcomplicated. And they are complicated, but you know, everything's got a repair procedure. Some stuff's just a pain in the ass, but I just did not enjoy working on those cars.
Wasn't there a jackass guy that would come in? But
Bam.
Bam? Okay.
Yeah, Bam. He came in when I was working there. This was before he started going off the rails.
But you didn't want to stay in there long because it would remind him of
That's
that.
what I think it was. When I'd seen him the couple times, his Bentley was in because his headlight was all smashed up. You could only assume from drinking and driving, but you don't know for certain. It was at the beginning of when he was really starting to drink. Because after Dunn died, he was a wreck. Like, he was getting trashed around town. But long story short, he would come in and he'd be pretty quick about coming in and out of there. And like you said, dude, I think it was because the nostalgia of Dunn would just kill him while he was in there.
Yeah. Would Steve-O or?
No, those guys. Bam's the only one that. I mean, there's the CKY crew that's like close to where I grew up. Westchester was like, I want to say like 7-8 miles, maybe 10 from where I live, maybe less. I have no idea, dude. It was like a 15-minute ride from where I live to get to downtown Westchester, maybe like 20-25. But you'd see like Rab, Deco, Rake, Glum. My dad met Glum, Tim Glum, the ramp builder from the show, from Viva La Bam. My dad met him at Lowe's or Home Depot one time. That was pretty funny. My dad was actually supposed to be on Viva La Bam because when he met Glum, this is my dad was getting into bounty hunting. He wasn't like real bad on drugs yet, but he was getting into bounty hunting or fugitive recovery agent, whatever you want to call it. And he meets Glom, and my dad knows I love the show, and he knew who Don Vito was. He was Bam's uncle. He's dead now, but he was like a fat piece of shit blabber man. Like, he would say stuff that he like trying to talk, but he would just mumble and like, oh. His family grew up by 3 Mile Island, which is like a nuclear meltdown site in Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah,
that's why they're all fucked up. So,
oh Jesus.
but
Christ.
the idea was to, yeah, it's true. The idea was they all look the same in that family too, like fat, goop, ball eye, like real crazy looking. No disrespect, but yeah. So he's talking to Tim Glom. I think Rake was with him or something. I don't know. I wasn't there, but they had the idea that my dad was gonna fake arrest Don Vito. They're gonna put him in a truck, drive him to like Lancaster, and just leave him in a cornfield. But the show got canceled before anything could go down. Not canceled. I mean, it's whenever the fuck it went off the air, whatever season that was. But yeah, it was. Bam was my idol, bro, in like middle school.
Yeah.
But
did you talk to him a lot, or
no,
did you have to leave him alone?
I mean, I walked up and shook his hand. Like I was like, hey, I'm working on the car. He's like, oh, what's up, dude? Like, he did not say it like that, but he was like, yeah, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That Delco accent. But yeah, my buddy that I went to car school with was hanging out at his house a lot for a while. This is when Bam was pre-rehab, drinking his ass off. I was actually this kid's manager at Toyota. Tyler, what's up, buddy? No, Tyler's got a legendary video in the skate community out there. He's got this fucking character. He ripped the name off of Trailer Park Boys. He calls himself Randy Cheeseburgers or Randy Hamburger. And he was wearing a man thong and a fucking beer case mask, like a case of beer box as a mask, and drops in on this half pipe in Bam's skate warehouse and lands it. I'll try to find that for you. But yeah, I saw him there. I was like, what the fuck are you doing there? Me and him used to party together. But yeah, it was cool.
What was the best college in Philadelphia to party at, in your opinion? Like Temple, Penn State, Westchester?
When I would go to the colleges, I'd go to like, Westchester was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Westchester was fantastic. That town is just great in general, the bars and shit. But Cabrini was like my first college I visited with friends going there.
I can't believe they closed down.
What, Cabrini?
Yeah, they closed.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
So you know that college?
Yeah, my mom went there.
Is it like a D2? Oh yeah, you're fucking local. I forgot. Yeah. I was like, how the hell do you know what that is? Yeah, I forgot you live right up the road from me. But
they went like bankrupt, bro.
That's a shame. Well, it wasn't a academically, I guess it was a good college, but like I feel like nobody wanted to go there. But I have no idea. That's what I would guess because I'd talk to other people about it. They'd be like, "Oh, the school's lame as shit." But
what about Temple?
Temple was like, dude, they have like rape boxes out there, like boxes you can go in and punch
Temple
a button and
was
it locks
like...
you in and sounds an alarm. But I went to I don't know if I actually ever went to a Temple. Yeah, I did. I was hanging out with these two black dudes, and I would just cruise around with them, get fucked up, and we'd like stop at random parties. And one of them was a Temple in the city. I barely remember that though. But dude, I went to a party in the city with those dudes one time.
Hasn't it gotten more dangerous at Temple? Like it's got
probably. I haven't been there in a long time, but it was right near. My friend went. All right, on move-in day, my neighbor Jewel was moving in with her 2 roommates or her 1 roommate, and it was like some Jewish holiday. So the one girl's car was parked out front with a shitload of Jewish food in the back. And the fucking car got stolen while they were moving stuff into the house from it. Crazy, right?
Fucking nuts. They think cleaning up Philadelphia will like solve the issue. It's like, no, they'll keep coming back, bro.
They'd have to drop a nuke on it and clean house from Kensington out. But dude, you know what a great college to go to was? Kutztown. It was a little bit not close.
Is that close to King's College?
I have no idea, but it's not near the Poconos. It's closer than we are to the Poconos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit, I was driving my dad's his truck with a 30-foot ladder on it. We fucking put it up on these college apartments and went up on the roof and we're hanging out up there and shit. It was awesome. But that was a fun place to go. Dude, I went to one in Delaware. My buddy Stu.
University of Delaware?
No, it was in Delaware. It was a like weird name that I can't remember. I don't remember, but that was cool. That was the first time I'd experienced jumping from party to party to party to party to party. You know what I mean? Like house parties all in a row. But yeah, didn't go to college, but I partied at a few of them, as most of the dudes like me did.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, it was fun, man. I was in car school, so my class, me and my buddy, same dude Dustin. I've known this dude since preschool. It's my fucking brother. We would leave my house, or no, I'd leave and pick him up. We'd be on the way to school at 12:40 in the afternoon, and it lasted till like 7:50. So we could sleep in and got out early enough to do whatever we wanted. It was the perfect recipe to just do whatever you wanted. And we did that every fucking night. We did something. I don't know how. We weren't drinking and driving at that point. Like we were pretty smart about it. We weren't really smoking weed because car school tested. Spice was around then. You know what Spice is? K2, whatever the fuck they call it now.
Yeah.
Dude, that shit was bad. There was several times I thought I was having a heart attack. I had a buddy freak out. Me, the dude Dustin, his girlfriend, and our buddy Tanner, another kid that went to car school with us. We go up there to the Poconos, my cabin. We find a head shop in the middle of Jim Thorpe, or near Jim Thorpe, and they sell their own homemade spice. I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be great. Tanner had never smoked anything in his life before, so he was sitting out. Me and Dustin smoked a bowl, half a blunt, like a joint, all within like an hour. Nah, not even, probably like 35, 40 minutes, dude. It was fast. We were just blowing it down, and I started feeling like I was dying, dude. My heart was pounding out of his chest. I was like, I gotta lay down. I was like, hey, turn the music down a little bit. Turn it down a little bit more. Turn it down more. Hey, just turn it off. Just turn off the music right now. I went up, took like a 45-minute heart attack nap, whatever you call it. So I get out of that daze and I go back down from the loft. And I'm like, that was fucked up. Where's Tanner at? They both looked at each other and went, oh shit. This is at like 10:30 at night. Tanner had hit the one-hitter one time and sat for about 30 seconds, said, I'm going to go smoke a cigarette, went outside, disappeared. It had been like 40 minutes. By the time I went upstairs and laid down, he'd hit it right after I went up there. So that amount of time. I don't know how long it was. Dude, we started looking outside for him, and last we'd seen him, he was wearing this big green sweater, bright green, and jeans. And we're looking everywhere. And the way my cabin was, the houses were about a quarter mile apart. Not like an eighth mile apart. Giant backyards, fucking like all woods. And you go down to this little ditch on the side of a hill, the cabin's here, and then there's another hill. Long story short, we go to the top of the hill where the road is. We're looking around the woods. We're looking everywhere in the direct vicinity. And then we see a figure walking toward us, but it was white. I was like, what the fuck is that? It was Tanner walking back from my neighbor's house. Not wearing a shirt, not wearing shoes. Comes up, and he was so funny because he was like calm but like stern. He's like, yeah, freaking out, man. I was like, Tanner, where'd you go? He's like, oh, I was ask your neighbor to call the ambulance. I'm going inside. I need to go home. It's like, what the fuck? So he went to my neighbor's house. These people are like 80. Threw his shirt in the bush before he knocks on the door, which was a bad move. He said he got so hot before he knocked on the door. Banging on their door because they wouldn't answer at first. Banging on the door. Finally, apparently the old lady came to the door and he's like, I need you to call an ambulance, please. I'm freaking out, please, call an ambulance. And they were like, we can't do anything. The husband comes to the door. He told us all this happened. He's like, what are you doing here? He's like, I need an ambulance. He's like, please leave us alone. They closed the door and said they're calling the cops. The cops came down the road. We shut all the fucking power off. We shut every light off in the cabin and just watched as the cop car went by. But we looked at his phone when he finally went to bed, like 35 minutes later. He called 911 like 40 times. He was freaking out.
That's fucking nuts.
Let's take a break for a
The
minute.
man in their sights has a price, and that price is whooping ass.
Suck my dick, bitch!